Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, if you're a new person on this channel, hit the subscribe button to be notified of certain helpful tutorials as this. So today I'm going to explain how you can set up uh, a Kindle direct publishing account right here. You know, gives you or gives writers the opportunity to share their work piece with the entire world with their platform. And with Amazon, you're able to publish in the Kindle version, that's like the ebook version. And then you're also able to publish the paperback and then the hard case or case cover of your book. And this is available as print on demand all over the world. So anyone can just go to Amazon's website and order for your writings. And Amazon will now charge the people based on the amount you set on your platform. They would do the printing of the book as at when people have demanded for it, paid for it, and then they will ship it to the various destinations of the people who have ordered for your book. As an author too, after writing your piece, you can request for author copies, as many copies as you want. I think you can request for a maximum of 1,000 copies per order, and then it can be shipped down to wherever you are. Even if you are right here in Ghana, your books can be shipped to you at a fee. You will not pay for the cost of as in buying the book like other people would do, but then you pay for the cost of printing. And mind you, this is going to be printed in the United States, so you can be assured of quality. So you can have your book printed in the US and shipped down to you. If you order copies, it helps because you pay less on the shipping than when people order individually for you. Right in Ghana, at the moment of the recording of this video, you would pay about little above $40 for the shipping when you order a copy of your book. So that's with Amazon, and Amazon is well known. Once you publish your book, you have the option to share that same book beyond Amazon's platforms. So that is to say that you can expand the distribution, but that comes with a reduced amount in terms of royalties you are paid. So for every sale you make on Amazon, Amazon takes the money from the buyers and pay you royalties. For your ebooks or your Kindle versions, you will be paid about 70% in terms of royalty. And then for paperbacks, you'll be paid about 60% in terms of royalty. However, if you want to do the expanded distribution, as I've done with some of my books, if it goes beyond Amazon's platforms, you earn 40% in terms of royalties on the printed versions, either the paperback or case cover. And then also with the ebooks, you earn about 35%. Then there are other promotional packages also available. So it's a very good space to find yourself if you're an author or if you're someone who would like to share your works with people, your written works. Now admonish that every one of you watching this video would have at least a book before you leave um, the dimension of earth into another dimension. So let's start by creating our account. You will head to kdp.amazon.com, kdp.amazon.com. And as you can see on the interface, welcome to Kindle Direct Publishing. It's a self-published print and digital books, and it reach millions of readers around the globe. So now I'll just go to join KDP and then we'll take it from there by entering our details, your first name, email, and something to help Amazon know you as a user. Great. So after entering our details and hitting the create account, um, we are asked to enter an OTP. The first OTP is to your email, and subsequently they would ask you for a two-step verification that will be linked to your mobile account. So let's do this. In my email, this is the OTP 877 Yes, 8772261. So I'll just copy this and paste it here and create my account, and then we're good. So this is the terms and condition, the agreement. So it's last updated as at November 8th, 2023. So we can read through all of this. Please ensure you go through the terms and conditions and the regulations working with Amazon so that you can have a good time with them, because once you violate some of these things, your account will be blocked. If you feel it's too long to read, now thanks to AI, you can just copy it and summarize it with AI so that you get the key points and you don't end up having your account blocked. Your royalties. So let me just take you through some of the basic things with the terms and conditions working with Amazon. So this is a printer-friendly version of the terms and condition, but I'm just going to give a brief summary of it. But then, if you want to find out the details, you can read through. The first thing is that you must be 18 years and above before you can use Amazon. And you cannot create multiple accounts on Amazon. Though people find their way about doing this, but it's not permitted. You are not supposed to create multiple accounts. And Amazon is very strict with some of these things. They track your IP address. So if you use the same IP address to create multiple accounts, both accounts will be suspended. So you cannot create multiple accounts with the same IP address. So, for example, if you're in Ghana, Ghana has a way of giving you an IP address. Accra, Ghana will give you some kind of IP address. Kumasi, Ghana will give you some kind of IP address. Then your computer will give you some kind of IP address. Your browser. So, if I'm using Chrome, I cannot use the same Chrome window to create two different accounts. However, you may use different web browsers, or you can use different Chrome applications. But per the terms and conditions, you are not supposed to create multiple accounts. Book distribution rights. You are not supposed to deliver to a KDP system. You cannot give them a file that contains virus, because you'll be uploading your manuscript, your book. So it should be virus free to be permitted on the platform. Then it must comply with their regulations. So you cannot use trademarked words. You cannot use certain vulgar words and things like that. You cannot use sexual content. If you have to use things like that, you have to state it as part of filling the form before you upload your manuscript. Then your marketing and promotional rights are given to Amazon. So Amazon can um, show up your book when people search for it online or on Google. And the pricing, your pricing list is based on what you give Amazon. However, they have their own guidelines. You cannot upload a 1 kilobyte manuscript. I mean, based on size, and then charge some huge sum of money. So based on the size of your document, they'll give you a reference range for your book. And normally for the ebooks, it can span from $0.99, and that's 99 cents, to about it depends on the size, maybe $9.99 or more than that. Then in terms of royalties, I think I've mentioned that earlier, so I'll not go into the details, the 60, 70% and things like that. Then with payments, you receive your first payment of the royalties after 90 days on the platform. So once you start publishing, the first month you can earn some money, but it will not be paid to your account. Second month you may earn money, but it will not be paid to your account. It is after working with Amazon KDP for 90 days that you start receiving your money. And then the money is subject to tax and any Amazon offsets. The offsets, like I mentioned earlier, you are going to pay some amount for the printing and things like that. So your royalties is what is going to pay you, and you are going to pay tax on the royalties depending on your country. But basically, the tax is about 30% withholding tax, so it will be deducted before your royalties are paid into your account. Then the grant of rights, they have the right to distribute your book worldwide, even on other platforms based on what you give them. They will give you a an ISBN code to protect your work also. And then there's an optional digital rights management to protect your ebook from people copying and pasting elsewhere, as it is being done in some other platforms in the African setting. So yeah, they obtain those rights to, So if you pick up any book, if you've bought any book on Kindle before, you cannot copy and paste the content. But they have a very nice user interface to read your books on Kindle. Then in terms of law, Amazon is being governed by US laws and Washington state laws. So everything that has to do with the US government laws, they abide with it. They also reserve the right to update their terms and conditions anytime. For example, I joined Amazon, I think last is it 2022, 2023, and at a point in time in 2023, they upgraded their fees for printing. And so they sent emails, I think about 30 days before, just to notify all users that they are updating their prices. And so if you want to update your book prices too, you can update it so that you know that your royalties are fixed. So things like that. At any point in time, they can update their prices for printing as sheet prices get more expensive in the US, and cost for distribution, cost for other works like reviews, the cost for payment of reviewers and things like that. They can just increase their price, but they will notify you in an email or in a banner. When you open your Amazon account, you see the banner. Our prices are going to be reviewed in 30 days time or in something time. And so the necessary things that you have to do. Then you can make pre-orders. You can put your content there. It might not be ready, and so you can put the pre-order notice there, and that one can be up to 365 days. That's like 1 year in advance. Yes, and they can do promotions also for you. So I think basically I have run through the major things that has to do with working on Amazon. Please, the very key important thing, make sure your information there is accurate. At any point in time, they can ask you to verify it. And I've faced that issue before. There was one time there was an unusual activity on my account because um someone tried to buy uh, couple of my books from the same credit card at the same time. So the person is just like buying like all your books at the same time at the same go. And so Amazon blocked the account because they found an unusual activity. They termed that as an unusual activity. And I was asked to provide um my details. I've forgotten the actual details, but at any point in time can be asked to provide details. And this is why you must make sure that at all times information you are giving them is accurate. Your residence details, you will be asked to prove it because they need that for tax information, for filling your tax files. And then your bank details. You can be asked to prove your bank details from time to time. I've done that, I think, 3 times on this platform on Amazon. And if you work with your bank, will just give you a statement that shows that you are with them, and then you upload that, and you are done with it. So just make sure that every information that you provide on Amazon is genuine, and so you will not have issues um, when you are asked to submit documents. All right. So now let's proceed with how the interface looks like on Amazon. So I've agreed to the long terms and conditions, and now I am right here on my Amazon account. So to publish a book, all I need to do now is to start by creating a title, and then I can do my own book. I have another tutorial on that on this same channel. But now let's finish up the account. So to publish any book, I'll need to complete this. And that's where you will have to now fill in your details. So let me do that. Update the account from here. So it starts off by asking me for a two-step verification, which I've not provided yet. So this is the first one I'm going to set up. And so they're asking me to enter my mobile number. You realize that the first OTP was sent via email. And I told you that the next one will be by the mobile number. And all these are in place to make sure that the platform is safe for their users. Right. So it's taking too long for the OTP to arrive on the Ghanaian number. And so I'm going to use my account to continue the illustration from here. So once the OTP is done, which is very important, the two-step verification, you can just go to your accounts and then proceed with there. Unfortunately, because that has not been done, you get a bad request. Yes, once I do that here. And so I will head to my personal um, KDP account and use it for the demonstration purposes. Okay, so on my personal account, I'm on the bookshelf, and then we have reports, we have community marketing. And when you scroll up, oh, sorry, I was down. You would see, forget about the books I have here. You'd see your accounts, the language, help, sign out, and give feedback. So we just head right into your account session. And now we have this page. So once the OTP is set up, you would have to fill in these details. The business type is an individual account, and and I'll advise you use that. If you are using a corporation like your a book publishing corporation or organization, then you need to be able to provide uh, documentation proving that you have the right for operation and whatever country you are operating from. So there's an individual account. My legal name is here and my address details, post office box, and that. So I can select this or I can even enter a new address. So you just fill that up and then the phone number for verification purposes. So I have done the OTP verification and that's why my phone number shows up here. And this is the part where a lot of people have issues, the banking details. You should be able to provide a US bank account that bears your name. And so I have that set up. I have my United States bank account and my payment details. And so this is paid to me in USD. So all the platforms I trade in, this is generally Amazon.com. This is India, this is UK, Germany, France, Estonia, all the countries, Italy, Netherlands, every country that Amazon operates in, I have chosen that they should pay me in USD. So they will take up the money and convert to USD and then pay into my US accounts, bank account. So let's try adding a bank account and see. They are going to ask you where your bank is. Is it in the US? Is it in the UK, Isle of Man, Canada, India, Australia? These are the only countries where you are permitted to provide banking details. These are the only countries. The countries listed here, Thailand, Tunisia, you can enter your direct bank details. So if you are in Africa or you are in any part of the world where your country is not listed, you have to find a fintech company that can provide you with a US bank details in your name. Still exploring if there are opportunities for that here in Ghana, but I use Wise. Initially, it was TransferWise, but at the moment of recording this video, as of July 2024, it's not available in Ghana. You cannot use Wise account to create a US, an Amazon bank details. So if you're a Ghanaian and perchance you stayed in the US for a couple of weeks or time and then you have an account, you can use that. It just has to be an account. It just has to be an account in your name. And that is what I have done here. And the final stage is the tax information, which you have to fill out. And you would go through an interview. It's a form interview and you fill it out. And then once that is done, your whole account is set up. This is my account ID, and you are good to go with your publishing. Yeah, so some of the details provided on the tax interview are quite sensitive, and then for the purpose of this tutorial, I will not be able to share that here. But then you just have to fill in the details. You'll be requested to attach documents proving your address and things like that. Just upload them. Your Ghanaian, or sorry, your passports, irrespective of the country you find yourself, any documents stating your address, you can use that to fill up all those details, and then you have all of that set up. So I have my tax profile here. Some of the information requested are quite sensitive, and I will not want to go through it again. So you just have to fill in the details. They'll ask for documents. You have to prove that truly you're a citizen where you say you are. Um, so you can be a citizen in United States. So you can be a citizen, say in Thailand. You can be a citizen in Australia, Austria, whatever country, and have a bank details in the United States. So you can provide your US bank details and provide your actual citizenship. That will not conflict in any way. So I have a US bank details. My citizenship is of Ghana, and I've provided all those information to prove it, and I'm good to go. So on my tax profile, as you can see, my email, income type, the income bill on which I pay royalty, I pay tax is on the royalties I earn from Amazon, and then the status is unblocked, and the country or region is the United. And I must add that whilst it's important to know that Amazon takes taxes on what you earn, these taxes are not paid to Ghana. They are not paid to Ghana. They are paid to US government. So I'm here and I'm working for somehow I'm making some money for the US government. That's what it means basically. Um, the 30% tax that they withhold is being paid to the US IRS and not the Ghanaian government. So you are responsible for reporting your full earnings from the Amazon earnings as part of your revenue if you need to pay that to your country. Based on the amount you earn, you deduct the amount that is deducted as the 30% withholding from the total, and then you know how much you can pay to your um, governments and things like that. But that's just for the clarity of it. So you don't choose a country because you're a citizen of that country so that taxes will be paid there. No, that's not how it works. Yeah, even though you'll be asked to provide all those information, you provide your TIN number, even if you are uh, not in the US, you provide all those information. They have their own system and things, but the tax that is deducted here is paid to the US IRS. Yes. So at any point in time too, you can download your tax statement. So I have that for 2023 and that for 2024 on this particular account. So if you found value here, consider subscribing to my channel and watch out for some more videos on publishing. See you in my next video.